Oh, this guy's got natural light today? Ooh.
Jeez.
Wow.
New season, new Josh.
That's right. I'm no longer on the beach, unfortunately.
And outside the basement.
Yeah, for once.
Wow. This guy.
Feels good.
What a promotion. What are they paying you these days? Oof.
Yeah, would you sign a 2-year player option or?
Got that
I wish I
Dylan
had
Brooks
that.
money? What's going on, everybody? And welcome back to the Hoops Corner. I'm your host, Peter Tran, on the line. Not on a beach, not in the dog pound, but just embracing the sunlight. Josh Cohen, how you doing?
Doing well. I'm doing much better than Raj this morning, that is for sure.
Our residential medical expert, back from a 18-hour bender. Roshan Walia, how you feeling?
You know what? I'm just trying to get the full Rodman effect. You know, doing different things, obviously, but this is like probably how Rodman played when the Bulls made their runs just after a Vegas trip.
Okay, this might be a hard question for you guys to answer, and this is totally off the dome, but Carmen Electra or Madonna in the 90s?
Oh,
It's not even a question. All right, go ahead, Raj.
I don't know. I'm actually thinking about it, but Madonna was.
It's hard, right?
Yeah, Madonna was an icon, and you know what? Fame is. She was probably a lot more famous than Carmen Electra, so I could see how Rodman had to make some decisions then.
Yeah, I think it's all about access versus how the person looks. Because honestly, Madonna is not that good looking. Let's just be honest here. Like the gap in between her front teeth, that's like the size of like the area between like Canada and like Afghanistan. Like, come on.
Oh.
And you're talking about like fame and being able to get into specific parties with Madonna, I guess, versus just again looks. So Robin took the looks for a week at least. I think they lasted for a week before they got divorced, right?
Yeah, but I think he was out with Madonna a lot more often, just in general. You
You want to get into those parties.
I don't think Dennis Rodman had a hard time getting into parties. Josh, I think you're undervaluing the guy.
Yeah, I mean, he created his own. Like, the stories about Rodman are just endless. So, I mean, the fact that he was able to do that for years and still play the way that he did. Like, he's one of the highest energy players ever. So he must have been, like, one of the highest energy people of all time, right?
Imagine what he was taking to get that energy.
I think that was the question. What were they screening for in the NBA in the 90s that they might be screening for now?
Just weed, nothing else.
Stimulants, methamphetamine.
Oh man, I might have to strike that from a record. You know who can't do what Rodman did? Is our boy James Harden, Raj. Mr. James Harden is just demanding his way out of Philly after signing his extension, and he's like, it seems like he's just dead set on going to the Clippers, like no matter what, just riding more coattails. It wasn't enough that he couldn't ride KD and Kyrie, couldn't ride Joel Embiid to an Eastern Conference Finals, let alone, a Finals appearance. But now he wants to make his way to LA to ride the coattails. I'm saying it, of Kawhi and PG and Russell Westbrook. I mean, the latest rumors are that Harden might have to sit out a year, but is this really going to work like Ben Simmons did a couple of years ago? Can he really sit out a year and sort of just let his value plummet even more?
Well, he's going to get paid regardless. And I think overall Harden's career, we've talked about it on the pod almost a year ago today, like Harden's a Mr. Convenience type of player. He's obviously a great player, had great skill set, will be a Hall of Famer. But everywhere he's played, he's actually, minus Houston, where the team was built specifically around him and his skill set, he's had other superstars, other all-stars, other Hall of Fame players around him, and almost every team he's been on was a favorite to make it to the NBA Finals or to win a championship. And it wasn't strictly because of his production on the court. And this is just another example of that. Like, he wants to go to a team where In LA, there's a lot of things to look forward to. Obviously, it's LA. He has a big fan base in China. There's more exposure when he goes to LA for the Chinese market. Playing with Paul George and Kawhi, that will take a lot of the pressure, expectations off of him. He won't have to do as much. He's lost the step. He doesn't have that same explosion, that first step to get to the rim. And he doesn't have the benefit of age on his side. If he sits a year and doesn't play high-level competitive basketball night in and night out, that process of slowing down will accelerate, and that will prevent him from making another 2 or 3 big contracts, or 3 more years of big contract money. So it's a game of chicken. Maury's obviously going to be extremely stubborn, and they're going to expect at least an all-star caliber player back to pair with Joel Embiid, and the market's not great. It's a similar situation to Dame, actually, where Dame wants to go to a specific destination. Both player and team don't have much leverage, so it's a bit of a game of chicken and who's going to cave in first. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes all the way to the start of the season, early season, where both parties are like, you know what, we need to get a deal done because we're both losing if we wait.
So before I engulf Harden in flames, I do have an update this morning on his situation. This is from Zach Lowe. In the event that Harden is not traded and then refuses to report to camp, different rules would apply to him because he is in the final year of his contract. A separate clause in the CBA, which existed in prior versions of the agreement, holds that any player who withholds playing services for more than 30 days at the start of the last season, covered by his contract, could be deemed to have violated his contract and prohibited from entering free agency or signing with any other basketball team unless and until the team with which the player has played expressly agrees otherwise. The rule allows incumbent teams to block any player deemed in violation from entering free agency and signing elsewhere, including with professional teams outside the NBA, league sources confirmed to ESPN. So basically, if he decides to sit out for 30 days, the Sixers can just hold him in contempt, basically, and just say, you're not going anywhere. Enjoy basketball purgatory where you're just not going to play basketball anymore. So that's a very interesting tidbit that came out this morning. So he basically can't hold out. So that's pretty interesting.
But he hasn't really shown that he would hold out, though, right? Like, think of his time in Houston when he wanted out. Think of his time in Brooklyn when he wanted out. He didn't hold out. He just half-assed his games, right? He still killed people when he was... Like, remember that 8-game stretch in Houston? And then somehow he had, 40 against the Sacramento Kings in that 8-game stretch? The most, casual 40 points ever? I mean, James Harden just shows up half the time instead of not showing up at all.
Like, he's gonna...
he enjoys loafing, and he turns into a loaf of bread.
So unnecessary.
Yeah. I think he'll report because he wants to make his money, like Josh mentioned. I do think this is going to come down to early season or early part of the season, the first 15 games. I don't see either party making a big adjustment. And then also he specifically wants to go to the Clippers. That's a lot of the reports are coming out. There's not a lot of teams that need are a James Harden away from contending from a championship. And then James Harden wants to go there. Like, he's not going to Indiana. So
that sentence doesn't make any sense because no team is a James Harden away, because if he joined their team, they would have zero chance of winning a championship, let alone getting to the finals, because the guy is a fucking loser.
Perceived.
That's why
Goodness.
That is why we are in this situation. The guy sucks in the playoffs. I would take so many more players than him in the playoffs. Like, the fact that people ever thought that he was better than even a guy like Ginobili is a joke. Ginobili was such a better basketball player than him. The guy, he's just lived off of rule changes and changes that he essentially caused. He lives off the backs of the referees. He was never a great basketball player. He's garbage. He's trash. He's awful, especially in the playoffs. Like, he's a regular season player, but when the bright lights get even brighter. True. He just does not show up.
This just in.
He is definitely a regular season player.
Yeah, this just in. The Raptors have just signed James Harden, Josh.
Oh, God. I would never watch it. Ever.
I would do the same thing if the Nuggets signed him. Hold on. I want to go back for a second. I did say he rode coattails, but remember that series against, was it Boston in 2021 when he was on Brooklyn, where he just like took over? Kyrie was hurt, KD was hurt, and Harden essentially just carried that team to a victory in round one.
Yeah, he has good games. Like, I don't think we're disputing that. It's just he has no consistency.
Yeah. I think he has good games in round one. And then once round two comes around, that's when Harden sort of just, he's occupadoed, to say the least. He's back in Houston.
He melts.
Partying it up. I mean, it's hot in Houston.
I meant more so he melts under the bright lights, but yeah, that works too.
Yes. We all understand what you meant. You don't like James Harden. I don't want to say he rode coattails his whole career, because that's clearly an overstatement and like hyperbole. But the last few years have not been great. And the funniest part, Raj, since you had mentioned it, there's really no team in the league that needs like a primary ball dominant pick and roll player like James Harden
or Dame Lillard.
You know what I mean? Like if you just go, at least Lillard can fit in more so than James Harden can. I think Lillard can at least play the part. He's shown to be like a better leader in the locker room as well. Whereas Harden is sort of just lost in limbo right now. It's kind of like Westbrook last year or a couple of years ago, right? When we were trying to figure out for the longest time who could take this kind of player. Except Russell Westbrook was, willing to change the way he approached the game. Whereas Harden is still just does Harden things. Like he's changed. I don't want to take that away from him. He's obviously changed his game around Joel Embiid, but it's certainly not the same.
And let's just be completely honest. The reason why he wants to go to the Clippers is money, right? He knows that the Clippers owner has very, very deep pockets, maybe the deepest pockets in the NBA. And he knows that that's the one team that he could potentially get a decent size 2-year maybe contract, maybe 3, if he does play well with them.
Hell no.
Maybe.
Even if he went there, Paul George and Kawhi's contracts are up next year. There's a reason why Russell Westbrook was only signed to 1 year.
So it's Harden.
That's it, man. Yeah, but that's it. After this year, who knows what happens to the Clippers? If he thinks that he's going to get even close to max money as a 34, 35-year-old player, an injured 34, 35-year-old player, come on, man. He hasn't been the same since that hamstring injury. That's wild.
He knows that's his best bet, though, because if you look around the NBA, like who else could potentially offer him that type of contract that's in the situation where they have to win? And, teams that are potentially trading for James Harden or signing James Harden would be a team that's looking to win right now, obviously. And there's not many out there that need a player like him who don't already have a lead guard. And if you look at the landscape, the Clippers might be the only team that actually needs a player like him right now.
Yeah, it's just to summarize. I think we're all hitting the same points. James Harden, always playing in good situations, underperforms, wants money, wants no pressure, wants no fan expectations, probably wants to play in LA because it's closer to places he likes to visit, Vegas. Josh put it best. Loser.
Man, y'all mean.
Loser.
Y'all mean,
yeah,
man.
I'm bugging.
I started off the hating fest, but damn, y'all.
Yeah, I'm bugging. He's still obviously a Hall of Famer, great talented player, not a winning playoff performer. He can get you into the playoffs, maybe win you a few playoff games. And yeah.
He's a former MVP, guys, just remember.
My hate really stems from the 1 year where Westbrook won the MVP, like the first year that he won it, when he was averaging a triple-double, and he hit that shot against Denver late in the season, that game-winning shot. Remember that? When Westbrook hit that game winner in Denver?
Yeah.
And that basically won him the MVP. I had a nice little bet on Harden to win the MVP before the season started. I would have won like $4,000, and after Westbrook hit that shot, it was over, even though Harden probably deserved the MVP that year, so that hurts.
Harden deserved it that year for sure.
Yeah.
I do remember that. But he didn't deserve it the year he won.
No.
That was like a makeup call, like the year after. Kind of like Embiid this past year. Ooh.
I agree.
Did you guys see Joel Embiid trolling the crowd at this uninterrupted thing?
No, I would use trolling very loosely. I think that's one of those you got caught saying something a bit stupid or something you probably shouldn't want to say. He's probably trying to come across as a competitor, someone who wants to win, wants to compete for a championship, probably a bit frustrated with what's happened over the last 3 years for the 76ers, 4 years with lost Jimmy Butler, Ben Simmons saga, James Harden saga, and Joel's played well during those years. Obviously hasn't been able to bring them quite over the hump. They played some tough opposition. They ran into some team, well, Boston mainly, that have thwarted their seasons, but he's probably frustrated. He probably wants to win and come across as this competitor, and I think he got caught there, and I think it's nice that his name is Troll and his Instagram or Twitter or whatever threads now. So yeah, Joel Embiid, again, will he be a 76er forever? Debatable. We'll see. He wants money. He wants money and he wants a chance to win, and hey, 76ers can pay him a lot of money, so.
I really think the only way he's going to end up staying in Philadelphia is if they somehow work out a trade to get Damian Lillard. I don't really see how they can keep him otherwise because, if they trade Harden for parts, which Daryl Morey doesn't seem to want to do, then you're just going to have an angry, fat, out of shape James Harden to start the season. And Philadelphia is not going to start. I mean, he'd probably do that anyway. Even if he was happy, probably out of shape. But anyways, they would probably start the season pretty awful in terms of like the record and just their overall team environment. I do want to see that though, because I want to see the Philadelphia crowd react to that scenario and how much vitriol there's going to be against Harden and how many cans and beer bottles get thrown at him on the court. It'd be great.
Yeah.
I was trying to center this conversation around Joel Embiid, and somehow you're still talking about James Harden.
Josh was worked up in the AM. He's an angry dude.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. This is what happens when your kid doesn't let you sleep at night? Jesus.
They're going to have to change their policy on alcohol in Philadelphia if James Harden actually does come back. No. They're not going to allow beer bottles inside the arena. Man, just going to be cups.
We said the same thing about Ben Simmons, and obviously the crowd's going to boo and they're going to get upset, but this crowd's all about TikTok now and Instagram, and you know what?
Not in Philly.
The Philly crowd, the Philly crowd is ruthless compared to other NBA franchises, but I don't think we're talking about the Philly crowd from the 60s and 70s, which were throwing snowballs at Santa Claus, and I don't think this is the same type of crowd. But going back to Embiid, like it will be interesting. I think the 76ers still can offer him the like super max, where other teams just can't, and ultimately, like, he's beloved in Philadelphia. I don't think over the last 3-4 years, anyone's looking at Joel Embiid and being like, this guy's failed us. This guy's let us down. And,
they probably should.
Obviously there always should be some questions if you're a team looking to make the finals or looking to seriously contend. But overall, I think money is going to talk. I think he's going to show that he's upset and frustrated, and it's really going to make Philly, hey, show him the money. Like, sign him to that 5-year, $320 million contract or something along the lines of that. I don't think he's going anywhere. But there'll be rumblings. He's unhappy, and he should be. But Philly's going to Philly. They're always going to be on the cusp until they go back into the process.
I don't know. I can definitely see him being the next player to ask for a trade if this situation goes off the rails, which I think it's about to. And he is signed through 2026, where he has a player option in 26-27 for $59 million. So, I mean, by then he might just opt out at that point, depending on what team he's with, and then get a bigger contract. Players like him now are just extending anyway.
Yeah.
So they're probably going to end up extending him for whatever Jaylen Brown's going to make times a little bit more, I'm guessing. So.
The play now for the top tier players is to extend, play a year, and then ask out. Or, demand a trade, or, make a fuss about everything like Lillard.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to get to that point, though.
Yeah, you can get your money, and then guaranteed money up front. You have a contract, and then you ask out. And then you ask out because the team that accepts you is going to extend you. because they don't want to trade everything for nothing. So,
Yeah.
He will ask out before next offseason.
all right,
That's my prediction.
all right. Let's.
Next off season? Oh my god.
Maybe by
Set
the
reminder.
start of the regular season.
Nah, I don't think he's gonna ask out before the end of the season. That's wild, man. That's a hot ass take. Mildly related. So you know how Tobias Harris was pumping his crumble cookies like a couple of weeks ago in that random interview where people were asking him if he would like, I don't remember what the question was. I just remember him talking about crumble cookies. Apparently they launched a location in Toronto, and I skipped going to it to get Kobe groomed. How
Oh
disappointing.
man, you could have met Maxi.
No, it was only Tobias Harris and Andrew Nicholson. Ooh.
Oh,
Remember Andrew Nicholson?
Canadian legend.
Yeah. But yeah, I missed out on meeting J. Cole's doppelganger to get the dog groomed. What a sad day.
It's for Kobe.
Yes, R.I.P. to the Mamba. Is Boston just trying to cheapskate Jaylen Brown here? Not extending his contract yet? I mean, he's been eligible for like 3 weeks now. This is all sort of just weird.
I like all the reporting now is, oh yeah, Jaylen Brown went on vacation, so this is not going to get settled for a while. It's like,
ooh, he's on
everything-
vacation.
It's like plane watch with Kawhi. It's like, oh my god, he went to the Bahamas. Maybe he's not going to sign the contract.
My goodness, how can they get him a phone and a pen? Ooh.
I know, it's 2023. They can't get him on the phone
This guy doesn't want his money. No, doesn't want to
Crazy.
sign a $250 million plus contract.
Yeah.
Or Boston doesn't want to offer him.
Yeah, hey, Peter, there's the punchline.
Ooh.
Peter coming in hot.
Conspiracy
what's going on
theorist
there in
Peter
Boston?
Tran over here.
Sorry.
I think
Sorry.
No, but I think it's ultimately going to get settled before the season starts. And then, like you said with Embiid, maybe in a year from now, things don't work out, and Jaylen Brown just wanted the money ultimately, and he decides to ask for a trade.
Yeah, I ultimately think that Jaylen Brown is a max player. I don't know if he's the max player for Boston, though, to pair with Jason Tatum. That is the question I think Boston might be having.
Yeah, I don't know how much of a good fit it is, but I mean, they made the finals 2 years ago. You sort of just have to keep going, right?
Yeah, they have a window.
Yeah. I'd roll it back if you can, right? How often are you going to get a player of Jaylen Brown's caliber? Are you going to put in like James Harden there instead? Psh. Damian Lillard? Psh. I'd much rather have Jaylen Brown at this point in his career than Damian Lillard.
I hope they end up trading for Harden so they have a bunch of guys who just don't play defense on their team.
That will never
happen, Josh. But the Lillard thing, I think I think Lillard has a higher chance of going to Boston than he does to Miami.
Can you imagine having 3 guys making like 60 plus million on the same team, and then the rest of their team? I mean, they're gonna have to pay so much in tax. It's crazy.
You'd have the Phoenix Suns.
The Boston
what do you
Suns
mean?
and the Phoenix
Maybe not
Celtics.
60, but like, yeah.
No, but it's more
The
than what
Suns are
those guys make, right? Like Kevin Durant's making in the 40s right now, right?
For now,
but
yeah.
I think the package
But in a
the
couple of
package would
years.
involve Brown going the other way, though.
No. I don't think so. Because Portland would probably accept the White Williams bunch of picks. Because why would you want Jaylen Brown on like a 5-year, $500 billion contract when you're rebuilding?
Because you have to pay someone. Everyone else is rookies.
Yeah, but Jaylen Brown's not going to want to be there.
Yeah, so you take on like a little bit of, like you said, that Robert Williams money or Derek White money. Malcolm Brogdon money. Any of those guys, right? Just anyone to fill in the salary. But they got to do it soon because training camp's coming up in 2 months. Maybe not that soon. Damn, man. Dog days of the NBA. Whew. All right. Do you guys want to hit anything else here, or can I get into my new game that I thought of?
Go ahead.
All right. So we're going to start this new game. I haven't given a name yet, unfortunately. But the whole premise is this. I'm going to think of a player. You guys have... Let's go with 10. Yeah, let's go with 10 questions. Yes or no answers to figure out what player I'm thinking of. Obviously, it's a current NBA player, so I'm
That's
not
a
going to
question.
randomly think
That's
of...
a question.
Like, no, it'll be a current NBA player. I'm not just going to pull out, like, Stromal Swift as my random guy,
All right.
We would have got that.
So, Yeah, probably, because everybody loves Stromile Swift. But yeah, feel free to start your questioning. And we'll keep
All right,
track.
Josh, you go for it.
Is he an international player?
What do you consider international?
Ooh, interesting. That gives us a lot of interesting.
Yeah, so he's Canadian,
to go on with
basically.
here.
Man. It's Jamal Murray, guys. Sorry.
He's not American, correct?
No.
He's not American.
I was just throwing you off.
Okay.
No, he is American.
Okay. All right.
What?
Yes. I was just throwing you off the
All right.
scent.
Okay.
He is American. All right. Eastern or Western Conference?
Well, you gotta pick one, man. It's a yes or no question.
Oh, yes or no questions. All right. Is he an Eastern Conference player?
Yes.
Is he white?
I'm not sure. Maybe a mix?
Josh coming in hot with the race.
What kind of answer is that?
Some guys... It's not black or white anymore, Josh. Some guys are mixed.
Yeah, I thought these were yes or no
Okay,
questions.
you just say that then. Yes, you're not sure.
I'm not sure if he's mixed.
What?
Could be mixed. Could be light skin. I don't know. I don't know the dude's parents.
Stephen Curry.
Oh my god, that's a guess, Josh. You're killing us.
4.
So he's a Western Conference player, American.
No, Eastern.
Oh my god, Josh, you
player.
just burned a guess.
Oh, God.
Eastern Conference. All right. Okay, so 4. Is he a guard?
Yes.
Okay. Go, Josh.
Did his team make the playoffs this year?
Let me check.
The real
to make sure
playoffs.
that
God, what is happening
Like the
here?
8-man, like the 8-team, none of this play-in shit.
played a 7-game
Yeah.
series. Is
Not a
that what we're
7-game
talking about
series,
here?
just
No.
a series.
Yeah, sorry. No.
Is he a starter?
That's 6. No.
Okay, so he's on a play-in team, clearly, because Peter had to think about it. And he's a guard. Didn't make the playoffs, so a team that was in the play-in who didn't make the playoffs, and he's
Ooh.
light-skinned, clearly.
Not a starter.
I like this breakdown. Ooh.
And he's not a guard.
Hmm.
Oh, no, he is a guard, but he's not a starter. All right, we got to think about this.
This is correct.
We got to think about this.
Okay, so we got Toronto and Chicago.
All right,
And he's not a starter.
does he play on the Chicago Bulls?
No.
Does he play on the
What is that,
Toronto
8?
Raptors?
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
You got one more.
All right.
Oh, I know
One
who it
more
is.
guess, man.
Let's,
I know who it is. Wait. No, never mind. I don't.
do you?
Oh, I do know who it is.
Oh.
I do know who it is.
No.
Malachi Flynn.
Oh my
Yes.
God, Josh. This guy made us go to the brink with this. Is it Steph Curry?
Ooh.
What was that, a Hail Mary? That's a Jordan Poole shot, man. You're off the team. If I could, I just...
Yeah, I got the rebound and I put it back in. Okay.
Yeah,
Ooh.
the wrong net, bro.
I'm the
Ooh.
banger. I'm the banger in the paint.
Man, you're talking a lot of smack
You
there,
like
man.
that,
If you're
eh?
around Draymond,
Yeah.
I'd be protecting your face. Face shield and all.
Yeah, call Josh's dad to help him. But Malachi is like a half, right?
He's mixed.
I'm pretty sure he's mulatto. Look,
He's mixed.
See, what am I supposed to answer to? Is he white? Come on, man.
No.
But he's a ginger. Isn't he a ginger?
No.
Yeah, but Blake Griffin is a ginger, but he's also mixed.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
You're
Just
right.
because you're a ginger doesn't mean you can't be mixed.
Man,
What is this?
I like this game. I like this game.
like
I don't know
that,
if I
huh?
want to be on
Okay, let me
Josh's
find
team,
another.
though. That's the challenge.
Hey, did I get the question correctly? I did. So are you a winner? You are. You're welcome.
I gave you the I got the rebound. I dribbled up the court. I made the pass, and then you made the layup.
I feel
All right,
it was
let's
more
do one
like
more.
Tracy McGrady throwing it to himself off the
Oh,
backboard.
all right, I see. And then what? Missing the dunk there with Steph Curry.
Mm-mm. There's like a windmill.
All right,
I bet you Malachi could do that.
we have a formula here.
Bet you we can't.
All right, you want to do that, or do you want to do stats corner? I got one more player. If you guys
Let's
want
set it
to
up
do
with stats corner. I know Josh is eager.
All right, end it off, Josh.
All right. So I got a couple here. We'll start off with the highest percentage of total points from the free throw line last season. Can you name the top 5 guys?
So guys who lived at the line.
Yep, the highest percentage of total points from the free throw line.
Jimmy Butler.
So the top guy has 32% of his points from the free throw line last
Sorry,
season.
not the top guy, but Jimmy Butler.
He is actually number one,
Oh.
32%.
Jeez.
Yeah, that
All
sounds
those
about
stats in the playoffs.
How about Canadian rookie Benedict Mathurin?
Well done, Peter. Number 5, 29%.
All right.
Give me that
Peter's
shit. Benny.
been living in the free throw line.
Yo, Benedict Mathurin's nice, man. That kid's a
All right.
gunner.
He's going to be a rapper soon, too.
Say a raptor or rapper?
Raptor.
All right. Hopefully.
Ooh. Oh, what do you know?
I got my sources.
Are you dishing dimes 10 or
Yeah.
whatever that account was?
I
Did
don't
you
know
see
what you're
that?
talking about.
Oh my god, the Twitter account
Really?
that was leaking all the information.
Oh, how did you not see this? Yeah. There was an alleged leaker just before free agency, who was talking about players like signing contracts before Woj and Shams got it out there.
Was he correct every time?
Mostly.
Like 80%, yeah. But the account literally just showed up for like a week and then dipped. Took over NBA Twitter, man.
It's pretty impressive.
Dishing dimes. All right, Raj, give us.
All right. How about a player who shoots a lot of free throws, Joel Embiid?
Number 3, 30%. Let's see if you guys can sweep the board.
Oh, we're not going to sweep. I'm out. I
might.
have no more guesses.
Come on.
Here.
All right. Let's see. Who else shoots a lot of free throws and gets to the rim?
If this is like 6 years ago, I would say Harden.
Yeah,
I
Harden.
don't think he
I'll
gets
say
to the rim
Harden.
much anymore, does he?
Oh,
Nope, Harden's not in the top 10 for the first time in,
No.
I don't know, since 1980.
Is Giannis?
no. He
No,
doesn't score
no.
enough at the line. That's the issue.
With one of these guys, they had to change a rule around what he was doing,
Oh, I see.
around pick and
All right,
rolls.
Trey Young.
There you go. 29.6%. And the other guy, I mean, it should be obvious to you, but you're probably not thinking of him because he's young.
How young?
23, 24?
Shea?
Oh, yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
Shea
Dang.
Gilgeous-Alexander, 31%. We'll go with, actually, I'll let you guys choose. All right, let's just go by most points by scoring type last season. So for driving to the basket, who had the most points?
Like driving. Giannis.
Nope.
Wow.
Jaylen Brown.
No. Can't dribble left, man.
He has to get there first, Peter.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, sorry. Give
Ja
us a hint
Morant.
here.
Young guard.
Ja
2
Morant.
minutes. Shea.
There you go. Shea, 1,162 points. Pull-up shots.
Okay.
Shea.
No.
I gotta see
You're probably
the
close,
trend
though.
here.
Shea was probably in the top 3.
KD.
Nope. You're probably not going to get this one because you're not thinking of pull-ups as in, like, it's not just pull-up jumpers. It's like pull-up floaters and
Ja
stuff.
Morant.
So. Nope.
Jokic.
Mm-mm. He's like
Paul
Jokic.
George.
He's white.
Alperen
Oh my
Şengün.
god, no.
No, sir.
A white guy? Like a big white guy?
I mean, he is big, but he's not a big.
Giddy.
No, my god.
No.
What are you?
I don't know. I don't know, man.
I'm drawing.
East
He's
or west?
large in the pants.
What? I don't look at people's pants.
He's a big boy. He's got a big ass.
And he's white? Such a thing does not exist.
Oh my god. Who are you talking?
Man.
Steven Adams?
No.
People listening
Jonas?
right now are like, what the hell is wrong with these two?
Yeah, I know. Please,
What's
people.
wrong with you? What a weird...
What a weird description.
Hey, who
yeah.
is it?
Luca!
What the hell? Yeah, that's weird, man.
All right, last one. Catch and
Yeah.
shoot. Who had the most points off catch and shoot this year? And it might surprise you.
Oh.
Buddy Yield.
It's actually pretty obvious, but it might surprise you.
Buddy Yield.
Who?
Nope. Who?
I didn't say anyone.
No.
KCP. I don't know.
No. You have the right idea, though.
Catch and shoot.
It's that type of
Like
player,
a-
but
I don't know. Just give it to us. We're running out of
All
time.
right, he
here.
probably led the league multiple years off this play.
Bradley Beal.
Klay Thompson.
No.
Oh.
There you
All
go.
right,
Klay Thompson.
let's end this.
Buzzer beater. Fucking Luca. What a bullshit. Large in the pants. Oh, man. And on that note, I want to thank everyone for listening. Please remember to rate and subscribe. You can find us on iTunes. You can find us on Spotify. Leave those comments. Leave those 5-star reviews. You can hit us up on all the socials. I'm talking TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Threads. Oh, we're there, baby. We're at HoopsCornerPod. And until next time, peace.